Okay, now can you hear me? Jeez Louise. Okay, you should hear me now. All right, Nova, go lay down. I had to let the dog in the room with me. Oh, and she's on my knee. I know, Nova. Why don't you go lay down, honey? Did Mommy let you out? I know. Ouch. Go lay down. What, you don't need out, do you? Okay, I have to go let the dog out. I'll be right back. Jeesh. I'll be right back, you guys. Do you need out? Testing. All right, I'm back. Oh, sorry, LJ. Hi, Charlie. Okay, I apologize for that. I was in here with the door closed, and she even scratched on the door to get in to ask me to go out. So, yeah, Mom was busy. So, anyway, here we go. Let me record. Good evening. Welcome to Music Scrap the Musical Scrapper. This is like try number 5 for tonight's stream to get Inkscape and anything working right. Wheesh. Okay. I guess I should have muted myself earlier. Poor LJ has to put her doggies out. Okay. All right. So, Carol's having a difference between an issue with the combine and so let's just do 2 shapes here. And we'll do a different color for the second one. Oops. All right. So path, object to path. All right, and then let's do a circle. Let's make the circle yellow. Okay, go back to that. Path, object to path. Okay, so let's say we want to make a cut file of these 2. Let's see the difference between union and combine. So path, union. There we go. All right, now the thing is with the union, it doesn't keep, all right, this cut line for the oval. So let's go up to View, Display Mode, and Show Outline. All right, see, so with the union, it has unioned the two of those together and left just the one cut line. And it's removed the cut line for the circle. Why? Because you can't combine or union or do anything unless they're paths. You can't do any of this combine, union, nothing will work unless they're paths. Oh, good, LJ. Nova's scared of the dark, so if she asks to go out when it's dark, you know, she has to. And she makes it quick. She even took her toy back in without me having to make her go get it again. So. Alright, so now let's do the same thing. Let's go back to View. Display Mode, Normal. If you're going to use them for cutting. Yes, the path gives them nodes so that the cutting machine can cut them. So if you're just like, let's say you're making an object to use as an icon on your website or something like that, or you're using a button to add to your website or blog. You don't have to switch them to paths because you're only going to need a PNG or a JPEG. You don't need an SVG file, or an SVG file, but you don't need paths. Right, and you can just print a picture. Exactly. So let's go back to the same color. Path, object to path. And let's do a circle oval again. Let's just do exactly the same things so that we can see the difference between combine, union and combine. Path, object to path. Okay, so let's select these two. And let's go path. Let's do combine. Okay, they didn't combine. You can't combine, obviously. Oh, there we go. Now it combined. I guess I didn't have it. Oh, it looks like it combined with the top. Yeah, see there. See, there's the combine. Okay, so it combined it into one shape. Whoops, sorry. I scrolled by accident. Oh, where did it go? Uh-oh. There we go. So when you go to display mode, hi Phoebe. Okay, so when I unioned, all right, so this shows the cutting path. When I unioned, it got rid of the overlapping lines, so it won't cut that overlapping line. But when you combine, it combines the two shapes, but it doesn't get rid of that overlapping line. So if you tried to cut a combined path, although it looks like, although it looks like it's one object, okay, it's not. It is still two separate objects. It's just grouped them together. It just combined the two paths. All right, so it'll still cut the two separate shapes, and then your rectangle would have the bite out of it. Okay. Now let's see what the difference is in all the other paths. So let's do a square, a rectangle. You can do all your shapes and do the object to path later if you want. It doesn't matter when. You can change them later, but before you. All right, so let's do that. Path, object to path. All right, and let's move them both up here. Okay, so now let's do difference. All right, so now what it does is it takes where those two overlap, where the two shapes overlap, and it cuts out the difference between the two. All right, or in other words, where the two of them overlap, it cuts it out of the bottom shape. Now, let's see what happens if we do it the other way. This is the one thing I always undo difference. Let's put this one down on the bottom, and then let's see what happens then. Path, let's do difference now. Okay, so whichever one's on the bottom is the one that gets the difference. All right, so this time it actually took a bite out of the oval instead because I put the oval on the bottom. So with difference, whichever shape is on the bottom is the one that gets the section taken out of it. Pac-Man, I know, yeah, exactly, Jeannie. Okay, so that's difference. All right, now let's check now. If we check our view, display mode, outline, you can see that all that's going to cut is that shape, okay, with that bite out of it. All right, view, display mode, normal, takes you back to your colors. Holes inside another shape, okay. Well, let's finish going through all these different ones with the same shapes, and then we'll do the inside, okay, to put a hole inside. All right, so let's just finish these options, and then I'll go back. All right, Carol, but don't let me forget that we want to do that. See, you can, oops. Forgot to go back to my, oops. I have to click out of it, then click on the circle. Oops. I want to make, hold on. I want to make that black because that's how we had it in all the other ones. Click out of it, click on the circle, click on yellow. Oh, it's not a circle, it's a ellipse. Then we can choose both of them. And we can go path, object to path, and it changes both of them to path. Now the next one is intersection. So now it only takes the section, the opposite, okay, where those two intersect, it takes the top section. Okay, now let's undo that intersection. Okay, so it took, the intersection takes what's the same of the two, the overlapping area, okay, and uses the overlapping area of the two. Now, it shouldn't be any different when this one's on the bottom. Yeah, go ahead and prove me wrong, but anyway, we'll see. Yeah, no, it's not. Okay, so it stays the same. So intersection takes the section that is in both shapes, okay, and cuts that out and makes your shape. All right, so let's go back again. And I just like doing it all first because then I don't forget. Path, object to path. Okay, so the last one we did was intersection. So exclusion. Now this is going to take it's the opposite of intersection. It's going to take the section that is in both of them and remove it. Okay, so it's taken the section that's in both of them and it has removed it from the cut. All right, and so when we do our view outline, so it still cuts that, but you're going to end up with two shapes. Basically, what you're going to end up with is this shape and this shape both. Okay? So it's basically the same as the combine, technically, in the end, but it wouldn't be the same for all the shapes. It depends on what shapes you have. Okay, so we still have a couple to do. Let's do mother, that, path, object to path. Oh. And, sorry, my hand is driving me crazy. Path, object to path. And let's choose both of them. Now, the other one was division. Division always confuses me. Oh, okay. It's taken the bottom one and it'll cut the bottom one and the bite out of. Okay, so it divides your lines. So it'll still cut the bite out. See, that one I don't use as much. I use union, exclusion the most. Okay, so I wonder if that one's any different if the other one's on the bottom. Let's see. Let's do undo division. Let's do division, but with, let's put this one on the bottom. Let's see if it's any different. Path, division. Yeah, it is. Because it's whatever one's on the bottom. Okay. All right. And what's left? Cut path. Okay, I think that, let's try it, but I can't remember. Oops. Undo. Let's move that over. Oh, see? It cut it apart. That's what the division did. I didn't even move the other one to realize. It cuts it apart. See with the division? It cut it apart. Okay, so I can see the use for that then. Okay, all right. Sorry. See, I haven't used all of these yet, so I'm still learning. Path, object to path. Did I change that one? No, object to path. Now let's choose both of them, that one and that one. And we're going to do cut path. Huh. Well, I guess you don't want to use that one. I'm not sure what you would use that for. Oh, I think I know. Hold on. Let's switch to nodes. Okay, now I'm going to take that and, no, it doesn't work. Path, cut path. Let's see what it gives us. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'd have to look and see what the cut path is used for. Okay. So that's how each one differs. I use combine, and I use exclusion and intersection the most. Those are the three I use the most for all my work. So I'll have to just take a look on the cut path and see what that's used for and stuff. Okay. All right, so now you want to know about cutting shapes out. So let's make a square. I always like to start, I don't know why, but I always like to make my first one black. That's just a thing I do. Path, object to path. Okay, so I've got a path there. All right, now let's take a star. So this polygon is where you make your stars. And up here you choose either polygon or you choose your star. And let's make a 5-pointed star. And let's draw our star. And let's make it yellow so we can see it. Go back here. Now let's make it small enough. All right, so we want to have a rectangle with a star cut out of it. Uh-oh, sorry, Dee Dee. I'm sorry. Yes, I do. So, we want to have a rectangle. We want to cut this star out of the rectangle. So then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, all right, and I've chosen both of them. And I'm going to go to Path and Exclusion. So it's going to exclude the area where the two images overlap. Okay? There we go. Now I've got a rectangle. And you can see, because you can see the edge of that star is no longer there. It's going to be cut out of that rectangle. Okay? Yeah. Well, listen, I only see my kids when I teach my music. I get the kids once a week for 40 minutes or half an hour sometimes, depending on the grade. Got to get a lot in. Got to keep moving. Keep moving. However, I do stop to ask questions if the kids have questions. So, is that what you were wondering, Carol? Does that answer that question? Now, if we go up to our view, display mode, outline, that shows you that it's going to cut the rectangle and it's going to cut the star out of the rectangle. All right, back to display mode, normal. Excuse me. Yay, Carrie. I think you better turn the fan off. Don't think I need the tabletop fan anymore. I'm waiting to see if that answers Carol's question. Commercial. Athala, Phoebe, you need to get AdBlock Plus on your Chrome or your Firefox. Stop those darn commercials. No, I changed them both. They both have to be a path or it won't work. It won't work if you don't make them both paths. They both have to be a path to do any of that. I just did it too quick, I guess. Now, let's do a star. All right, star, path, object to path. Okay, so there's my star. Now I'm going to take a rectangle and I'm going to put it on, but I'm not going to have it. If I hit this again, it changes so I can turn it. So my star is not, I want to turn it a little bit. And I want that on the bottom. Okay. So now I'm going to take both of those. Now I'm going to do intersection. Okay. And now I get a star with some corners cut off, some pointies cut off. So that can be another way. Okay. Because remember, intersection leaves you just with what the both shapes have in common. Yeah, I know that. I just forgot, Carol. Oh, well, really, Phoebe? Oh, see, because the app block won't work on Safari. So just install Chrome onto your Mac and use it just for Ustream if you want, if you still like Safari. Because that's what I do. I'm using Chrome. I use Chrome. And no ads. So any other questions, Carol? What if we take a star? Let's take a star. And this time, path, object to path. An outlined object. Okay, what do you mean by outlined object? Yeah, but it's worth it just for Ustream, so that you don't have to watch ads. Okay, so another outlines object and combine them to build a mask, like a frame and a donut shape. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, all right. I see what you mean. Okay. So, let's do a square, and I'm going to hold down the, oops, hold on. Hold on. What is it? Eesh. Just a second. Eesh. Oh, try that again. All right. Sorry. Shift control for square. All right. So let's make it black. Black. All right. So there's a square, and I'm going to go path, object to path. Now I'm going to duplicate it. And when you duplicate it, you'll see down here when it's highlighted, it's already a path when it's duplicated. All right, but I'm going to make it smaller. So I'm going to hold Shift and Control so it stays a square. And I'm going to change the color. Now I'm going to center the two of those. All right, so I'm going to align. And I'm going to align center and center. All right, so now, okay, I am going to path and exclusion. All right, so now I have my frame. Yeah, but I'm on a Mac, so I don't have an Alt. It's Shift Control on a Mac. Okay, and so now let's do two circles. So a circle, Shift Control to make us. Oh, what? Oh, hold on. I've got bugs bugging me here. I did it wrong again. Anyway, whatever. Circle. In my shapes, I can make a frame. Really? Figures. Hold on. Let's find that then. Phoebe? I don't know how. How? I don't know how to do it except that the way I'm doing it. I don't know, Phoebe. Anyway, let's do path. Object to path. Let's duplicate. Make it a different color. Let's make it a little smaller. And highlight them both. Align, center, center. And close that back out. And now path. Exclusion. Alright, so now we have 2 frames. No. I don't think so. Well, yes, you can do that too. Oh my gosh. There seem to be a whole bunch of bugs have gotten in the house here or something. Or something's floating around in the fan. Okay, so you want to know if we can do these 2 to make a mask? This is one shape, yes, because I used exclude. Because I cut the center, see? You can see the center. I cut the center out of this, so this is now one shape. But it's going to cut, it'll cut the inside and the outside. Alright, they're going to cut the inside and outside shapes. No, it's not 2 rings. It's one shape. Okay, alright, so that's what we want to do. But do you want to keep, okay, here's the question. If we layer these over top, do you want to keep this section as well? Because if you do this, okay, and you go path union, alright, now it's going to cut this out, but it's not going to cut out the shape. Okay, now we've got one shape, but it's not going to cut where the lines overlap, if you know what I mean. Okay, so let's go to our view and I'll show you. See, now they're like welded together. So it's going to cut this little triangle out, but the square and the circle will be one piece. They'll stay together. All right, so union is what you want. The union. Okay, union. All right, let me show you one more time. Okay, I'm going to go edit, undo move, undo union. All right, if we go, all right, and look at the view here, it's going to cut both shapes. Okay, because you haven't done anything to it yet. So what you have to do, watch this, I should be able to do it still in this mode. So I'm going to go to path, and I'm going to go to union. And now those lines don't cut because union combines, it joins together those shapes and removes any cuts that overlap. So any cuts where those two shapes overlap get removed. Okay? It's the same as Weld in your Silhouette software. But here it's called Union. And the two things you have to remember, okay, is both shapes have to be a path. Right? You select both shapes and Union. Okay? So what it did was remove the line here and here and here and here where the shapes overlap. Are there any right-click shortcuts? Oh, good question. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to normal here. Let's go edit, undo. Let's see if there are any shortcuts, Dee Dee. Let's see. Some. It just gives you your edit, your cut, paste, duplicate, fill, stroke. So it only gives you your edit options. When you right click, it gives you edit options. Yes, do you want me to do that, Carol? All right, I'll show you. Let's remove this. So let's just duplicate. Duplicate. I did this last week actually. Now you can take all three of those and you can duplicate. Sorry, I made it smaller. Did I do it twice? Yes, I did. Oops. Okay, let's do undo move. So I click that, that, and that. I did duplicate twice and I didn't know. So I'm going to remove that because what I want to do, sorry, let me zoom in on that. Okay, let's go to black because it's just a little easier to look at than the yellow. Duplicate. Okay, you can't, all right, Carol, you cannot copy and paste. You can't copy, paste. You have to duplicate. I bet you were copying and pasting. I bet you were copying and pasting. Oh. Ah. Hold on. Now I want to duplicate all of those. Because if you copy and paste, it will not work. Whoops, I forgot to move one down. Hold on. Looks funny. Oh, I forgot to click on two of them. These aren't perfect. I would line them up better, but I just want to show Carol how to do it. I obviously forgot to move this one and this one. Whoops, hold on. Yeesh. That one and that one. Uh-oh. Guess I didn't duplicate them either. There we go. Uh-oh. Yeah, what happened there? Something weird. Not lined up right. Okay, but anyway. Okay. So there's all those rings. Okay, now before I union them, let's go back and look, because I use this all the time, just like I'm showing you, because it's the only way I can make sure I know what's going to cut and what's not going to cut. Okay, look at all those. Right now, all those intersecting lines are going to cut. Okay. All right, now, as I was doing that, I would have used them and aligned them and everything. Okay, so let's go back to my normal view. Let's select them all. Now you also, the other thing, Carol, is if you group them in order to duplicate and move them, you have to ungroup everything before the union will work as well. All right, each path, it has to be all individual. Okay. All right, so you have to, so first of all, you have to use duplicate. Second of all, if you group things so that they're easier to line up and move around, you have to ungroup everything again in order to do the union. All right, so now let's union. Okay, now that's all one piece. And now when we go to the view, anywhere where those circles overlap, they're not going to cut. See? And of course you can resize it, you know, you can resize it perfectly, or you can warp it that way or that way, you know, or you can smoosh it up this way, you know, whatever. You can resize it however. So that view display mode between outline and normal are extremely important. No, it's Inkscape. It's not Photoshop, Phoebe. It's Inkscape. That's funny, Dee Dee. Oh dear. Yeah, one you get confetti, which we won't send to Barb, and one you get your stencil. Yeah. It's actually going to be a mask, not a stencil. Now, see, now, here's the thing. What if we took this? What if we took a rectangle? Okay. Path, object to path. Let's send it to the bottom. Okay, so now let's say you wanted to make something similar with a stencil. Now the problem with the stencil is yeah, I was wondering, Athala. So I was going to say, I never saw that option before. Doesn't mean it's not there. It could very well be there, but I don't think so. Now, in order, okay, you can't really do it without a lot of adding. Let's see, how would we do it best? Probably. How would we do it easiest to actually make that kind of thing as a stencil? Because if you want a stencil, you have to, all of these black sections that are inside, all these little black sections have to be connected to the black area on the outside in order to make a stencil. Yeah, exactly. So you would have to add, let's make them green. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. So what you would have to do is make lines. Oh, after it's cut, hold on. You have to cut it first. So let's select it both, then do path and do exclusion. Okay, so now this is all one piece, but it's still going to cut, all right, that section out. All right, bye, Jeannie. Title it a mask and move on. Yeah. Because basically what you would have to do is take each of these, okay, and draw your line, path, object to path, then duplicate, and I don't have them lined up right, so it's not really going to work. Then I select both. Oh, I do that all the time. And then duplicate, move them both over. And you needed to join all the black sections. Now, if I had everything lined up, it would work better. And I only need 2 more, so I'll duplicate these 2, so I have to move them a shorter distance. But not only that, whoops. All right, this one didn't get in the middle there, it moved somehow. Oh no, daisies, oh yeah. It does sound pretty, but see then not only that, so you can do that. Let's do that. And union, this time we're going to union because we want to add those green onto the other ones and have them not cut anywhere where it's overlapping. So there we go. Okay, so now if you look under our view, oh, this better have worked. Yes. So now you can see what it did is it cut the path down there. So now all those sections are connected to the outside. But then you also have to connect these ones. I didn't put enough in. Ish. Right. I also have to add them here. Duh. And I didn't. I forgot. So let's make some more. Path, object to path. Go back to my pointer. Duplicate. I forgot about these ones. I was going to do it the other way, but you don't have to. You can do them all down in this particular case. Duplicate. Duplicate. Oops, I only needed 1 more. Let's remove this one. And now select those as well. Sorry, select everything. And path. Union. There we go. So now it would cut out as a stencil. Yeah. Okay. So now when we go back to our view, all right, so now it's going to cut out in sections, and all these sections are joined to the outside. So now you have a stencil. All right, it's going to look a little different, obviously, than the mask, but... Oh, the eraser. That was the other thing you wanted me to show. The eraser. Whoops, hold on. All right, eraser. All right, there's options here, okay? There's this one where it deletes object, the whole object, and at this one, it cuts out from the object. Wait, okay, hold on. So CB says, what if you cut the black, not the white, but need to make the outer edges white also? But what it does is it cuts between. I mean, I can make this any color. The thing is, it's going to cut where the color meets the white. So it doesn't matter. Well, I can make it white. I can make it white, but it's still going to cut. I can make it white. You can't see the shape. But when we go to view, it still has those lines. I don't think I understand your question. CB. You mean if we didn't have the rectangle there at all? Is that what you meant? Oh, you mean, okay, so if before I put the lines on, yes, we could cut it and it would have left all this white section would have cut out like a mask. And so it would have only been left with like a scallop rectangle is what would have gotten cut out of the rectangle. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you meant, CB. Sorry. I got my mind on a different train of thought. Okay, with the eraser, Carol, when you click on the eraser, up here there are different options. You can change the width of the eraser, okay, the size of it. But up here, this one is going to erase the whole object. Click on this one. All right, so like that's what I had it on. So when you click that, it's going to erase the whole object. Whoops. All right, it erases the whole object. All right, now obviously I don't want to do that. Okay. What I want to do is erase that. Okay? So if you want to erase pieces, okay? You have to choose that right-hand side. And if you make it larger, then you're going to erase a larger piece. Bye, Dee Dee. Hey, I want to see you using Inkscape to draw some stuff for your silhouette, Dee Dee. I think I still have to send you those files, don't I, Dee Dee? I forgot to send them to you. I have to send you all my stencil files still. So, does that answer your question, Carol, Sunset Carol? With the eraser? Yeah. Yeah. It just moved the lines around? Wow. That's strange. Okay, let's try it. Hold on. Let's try it with an object. If it's just an object, let's see what happens. No, it still moves it. If you do that, it removes the whole object. Oh yeah. Wow. Oh, I see. You had okay. So you had a free-form drawn line like this. Maybe. Right? Oops. Let's undo. Let's see. Well, see, mine's still cut through. All right, so let's try. So if I did this, I did that, I did that, and I did that. Okay, oops, I guess better join it back to the top. And I want it to erase this section. Well, it still erased it. Okay, so you were making arcs intersecting inside a hexagon. And where the arc stuck out, you wanted to smooth out the edges of the hexagon. Oh. Well, then why didn't you... Okay, hold on. Why didn't you... Okay, let's do a hexagon. Okay, so there's a hexagon. You were trying to do an arc. Where is the arc? Let's do yellow. Oh, no. I want that black. And I want to draw my arc in yellow. Oh, that's not an arc though. Oh. Well, you know what, Carol? We may have to go on Hangouts so I could help you with that one. Did you save the file? Because actually, so I can sort of answer and you can see if this will work. Okay? Your better option, instead of trying to erase this, okay, make them all, select them all, go path, object to path. All right, so let's say you're wanting to get rid of this part that's sticking out. Instead of trying to erase it, because the erase it's going to add another line, choose it all, path, and, oh, hold on. No, yeah, okay, hold on. Not intersection. We want, oh, yeah, maybe it doesn't work. Yeah, because that does, yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, because that, none of those work. What was the one? I think it was division. Difference. Yeah, there. The difference option. Yeah. See the difference? It got rid of the part that was outside. It's not there anymore. All it keeps is what's inside. So you don't have to erase them. Night CB, I'm almost done too. I've got to get Mom off to bed. It's 10 to 12. I have to make sure she remembers to go to bed. So we can plan a hangout, if not tomorrow, Carol. I am available tomorrow. My sister doesn't come home till, well, she doesn't even land at the airport until 20 to 7 in the evening if she's on time. So she won't be home till 9 o'clock or later. So, no, you won't lose your inside cut. That's what difference is. Okay? Yeah, so experiment and see if that works for you. Okay? So, difference. Okay? Just open a new file and duplicate everything on the new file or save it. Actually, before you start working on it, save it as a new name. And then if anything doesn't work, you're not out of luck with what you already have. Okay? Okay, perfect. All right, well, I hope everyone learned a little bit tonight. And we'll see everyone on the other side. And I will be streaming fairly often once I get home because I have lots of things to make for my cousin's anniversary. So if I'm working, I may as well be streaming it, right? I've got a video to put together. I've got a treasure box to make that's going to hold a photo album and a guest book and memory cards. And so I've got lots of things, yeah, because I'm making the guest book and the photo album as well. It's not going to be a scrapbook, it's going to be a photo album, so, yeah. Yes. Okay? All right, so I will see you all later. And Carol, just let me know if not tomorrow when I get home, then Wednesday evening or any time after that, we can do a hangout and sort out some Inkscape stuff. Okay? Alrighty. See everyone. Of course, I'm waving and you can't see me. Bye.